Alrighty guys, Just Sunstrider here. Welcome back to another XCOM 2 non-War of the Chosen pre-campaign setup with the unfortunate death of Modjam, which, let's be honest, I had it coming anyway because that campaign was going horribly wrong. I have the opportunity to move on to other stuff, including, which I've mentioned a lot of times before in previous XCOM 2 videos or just previous streams in general, that I want to go back in time to pre-War of the Chosen XCOM and do some of the campaigns that I never got around to doing. Spectrum being the biggest one of them. I've watched Dureva's Spectrum Green campaign a good like 2-3 times now, just binge watching it every so often, every few months, and I want to do it myself now. Obviously, there are some quality of life things in War of the Chosen that we're gonna miss on, like better performance and target preview and all that stuff. But Spectrum is a near full overhaul of the game. Like, I don't think, like, the only thing it doesn't change, I think, are like the mission types. You know, like the mission types are pretty much the same. Supply rate here, hack a thing there, destroy a relay there, and there you go. But like items, class, weapons, aliens, advent, all that stuff is fucking like changed here. So yeah, I've done a lot of testing. The only issue I've come up with so far, or I've ran into, I didn't come up with it myself. I ran into it, like seriously, is that in the late game, I have issues finding something to skulljack. Or it's like, because Spectrum adds a bunch of different subdivisions for Advent, kind of like the Frost Legion and the Bio Division mods. They add like Prometheus, Aegis, Lazarus, that kind of stuff. And some of that stuff can't be skulljacked, even though they're classified as officers. And yeah, it's weird. Worst comes to worst, I just end up like spawning in like a base Advent officer just for the purposes of skulljacking and progressing with the storyline, because I'm not going to let that little thing that's fixable get in the way of me playing Spectrum, because this mod is awesome. And just because it's not updated anymore, I think somebody made a port of the Spectrum Green enemies, right? Whereas like the different departments, fucking divisions of Advent, right? But just not the classes and stuff. So it's just like some filler enemies and stuff. Maybe it can be implemented to Modjam if Karuka ever sees that, but I think they'd fit in the Modjam environment pretty well. But anyway, yeah, it's not updated for War of the Chosen, but it's not broken, right? It may be quote-unquote dead by the workshop's terms, but it's not broken. The only major issue is, again, the skulljacking thing, but that's fixable with console command, so I perfectly fine with getting around that just to play Spectrum. Alright, it is an older mod, and it is the older version of XCOM, so things are not going to work 100% as they do in War of the Chosen, but I'm willing to work around that. So this is pretty much it. It's just showcasing a bunch of the enemies here. You know, goes over all the details. But here is my collection that's currently up on the workshop. I literally just put this together before before making this video. And yeah, I mean, like the Chosen voice packs, they work with the base game and all that, so you know, like Hack Plus, no rank up throttling, all that stuff. It's a very small Modlist compared to everything else, just because so many mods nowadays are created for War of the Chosen only. And Spectrum Green is kind of something you want to play on its own. Spectrum is a mod made to be played on its own, right? You can't, or really shouldn't, build anything off of that. That Spectrum is an experience in of itself. You don't want to mess with that too much. So this, of course, will be in the link to the description below. If anybody wants to submit characters, two things. First of all, they're not going to be permanent. It's not the War of the Chosen character pool. That's safely in a exported character pool off of War of the Chosen. So when I go back to War of the Chosen stuff, I can just re-enable it easily. And cosmetics are going to be very limited. I have Titanfall gear, I have Epitech gear, warding gear. That's pretty much it for cosmetic stuff. And voice packs, I did not want to look for all the voice packs I had originally for base XCOM 2. So yeah, just bear in mind that this is going to be very bare bones customization, and it's not going to be permanent. So if you want a character, I'll gladly make it for you. Just don't go overboard with it like in War of the Chosen. Keep it simple, please. But yeah, that's pretty much it here. Spectrum is pretty straightforward setup here. So I look forward to starting this up. Probably not going to be a couple days until this starts getting streamed on Twitch, which I will also be in the description below. This is it's the 9th right now. This is probably not going to be uploaded till the 10th. So maybe like sometime during the weekend or something, I'll start streaming this. But I just want to obviously give it a couple days for you guys to let this sink in and know what's going on. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you. I'm really looking forward to this. Like I said, I'm a really big fan of Spectrum. I'm watching Duravis play through on and off a lot, and I want to play it myself, so I'm finally going to do that. But until then, thank you all for watching. Hopefully I'll actually be able to complete this campaign and won't die like Modjam, but we'll find that out when we start with it. Till then, thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.